we're talking about access control list. That's what we're talking about today. And access control list is just all about traffic filtering. When I'm talking about traffic filtering, I mean uh, a way of allowing or denying packets from source or to a destination. Um, and we use it in many places. We use to give more security to a visual terminal, to your network devices. I mean routers and switches. You can even use it also to define your internal host. We'll talk about that later on. And some of the other things too. You restrict movement or allow some access and all of that. But it still have its own demerits as well, like overloading the routers. Complex configuration of the access controllers can overload the router. And also, if it's not properly configured, it can even block illegitimate access and many more. So just know that access control is all about packet filtering. When I mean packet filtering, I mean allowing and denying of packets. That's just what is the summary of what it is. So what do we actually filter? What and what do we actually filter? Okay. When we're talking about filtering, like as we are supposed to have known that when you're filtering a packet, you're actually bringing in security measures. Like for instance, there's a possibility that you don't want some people to have access to a server and some people should have access to it. Or even on the server, you don't want some people to have a particular access, like maybe the web service of the server or the file service of the server. You can restrict all those access using um, access control list configuration. So in terms of security, it's part of security configuration, and it's more like manual way of configuring something like a firewall. Because almost the same thing a firewall does is what we are trying to do. We'll be doing with our routers or on our network devices. So in terms of security, this is one. So what do we actually filter? We are talking about filtering. These are things that we are going to be filtering: the source IP address, destination IP address, MAC addresses, protocols, and application types. So these are the things that we'll be learning how to filter. And oh, I supposed to have prepared something before now. Okay, now please, I need to ask us. I hope we have our routing configuration. All those assignments I gave us, I hope it's ready because we'll be using it today. All those assignments I gave us about three routers connected with their respective local networks. We're going to be using them today. I don't know about you, Austin.
Yeah,
It's like you're not with your
yeah.
system now. Okay. Normally, we should know that this is a practical uh, class. Okay. We'll be filtering. Hold on, please. We'll be filtering source IP addresses, destination IP addresses, MAC addresses, and the remaining one. Just as you can see from here, you have this IP address not allowed on this router. But if someone is browsing, the person can browse. Um, this network is allowed. Anybody on this network is allowed. Someone, there's a particular person using this IP address that was not allowed. And telnet is not allowed in these routers. So all these ones are cancelled. Even this one, this MAC address cannot be allowed. So all these things, we will learn how to configure them on the router. Now, um, But before we continue with that, we need to know types of access control lists. We have different types of access control lists. We have standard access control lists. We have extended control lists. We have named control lists. So these are the different types of control lists. Yeah, give me some time. I need to bring out the packet tracer. Okay. So as I was saying before, that we have different types of access control lists. We have standard access ACL. We have extended ACL. We have named ACL. So I'm coming. So I was discussing before. These are the three different types of ACL that we have. Now I'll be talking about them one after the other. Now we have access standard ACL. Standard ACL is used to filter source IP address only. Simply, we use it to filter only the source IP address. So I need to change this. So, and the ID number range of standard ranges from 1 to, sorry, please, I need to correct this. Okay, so I was saying before that under standard ACL is based on source IP address. We use to filter only source IP address only, and all the services from the source IP address. It's very important. This stuff is very important. We use it to filter only the source IP addresses, as in all the services, sorry, all the services from the source IP address. And the ID number ranges from 1 to 99, and this to that as well. Then extended is used to filter both source, we are not just only source, but destination IP address, protocols, port numbers, and many more. That's what we use extended to do. And extended has a number ranging from this to that, and also this to that. But named ACL does not have any particular number or number range, but it uses standard or extended format that has a descriptive name. Okay, we'll be dealing with these things one after the other. Now, standard. If I want to configure standard ACL, if I want to configure standard ACL on a network, the command is what we have here. I will explain that. This is for standard. And you see that it's written access list 1. I can use access list 1 to 99 or 1300 to 1999. Or that's just that. Then extended, see the number here. But before we go to extended, I will talk about standard first. So in talking about standard, I want us to work on a packet tracer. I'll use packet tracer to explain that. Let me see if I have. Hold on. So, okay, that is that. I think I used to use this particular one. Okay. So I'll be using this to explain ACL configuration. So I will take this, I'm copying what all this, I'm going to a new stuff, I'm pasting it. Okay, so I have all of this. Let me check my configurations. Enable, sure. So there's no routing here. So I'm going to configure routing in all these routers so that we sure that they are working before we now apply ACL. So I'll be running this thing very fast. Let me use a router RIP version 2. I have network of 192.168.1.0. Network of so I'm trying to configure the routers. Yeah, um, I'm configuring RIP on them. This for 16. So I'm done here. So remaining the very last router. Network is 192.16. Okay, that's
Your no entire network carry IP now. Be
sorry.
router.
Okay. So I'm supposed to have gotten this thing ready, but supposed to have gotten this thing ready before now. 172.17.0.0. Okay, I've configured RIP on this. So let me test, be sure that everything is fine. I need to be sure that everything is fine. Though the first one should also fail. So the second one is successful. All this was because of broadcast buffer. So everything is fine. My network is fine. Now, for for I need to do some more things. So okay, like hi, oh boy. I hope it's going to, we will manage what we have. Okay, now I have all these networks. Um, we are dealing with ACA access control list, and I want to talk about standard first. How to use standard to configure um, access list. A recap of what I just talked about. I said we have three types as standard. It ranges of this, and it uses it to filter all services from the source IP address. That's all services. Then extended is not just only source, but destination, protocol, and this. And the number ranges from this to that and this to that. We also have named one that uses either standard or extended formats with a descriptive name as a reference. Okay, that's just by the way. Now, we are starting with standard. Standard is actually used, as I said before, to filter all services from the source. Now take it from here that this particular source, this PC, let's say PC0, for instance, and I only want this PC0 to have access to outside this network. That is only this PC0 can have access to outside, can come to like this network. Let's call this place, say Lagos. Call this place, let's call this place Port Harcourt. Then we can call this one Abuja. Okay, so these are different places. Now, this Port Harcourt is, let's say, Kano. Okay, so this is what we have. Now, maybe I don't want PC. I want only this PC. I can call this particular PC my, or let's say this PC is being owned by a manager. Let me say select managers. So I want only that manager alone to have access to network in Abuja, Kano, for instance. Now, for me to do that, other PCs, other users are denied access, but they can actually print or do any other thing. Maybe have any other thing to do with maybe printer. Maybe they have printer. Let's assume I have a server, but this thing won't work here. Let's say I have a server in Abuja. So, sorry. Okay, fine. Now, there's a possibility that they should have access to their printers. They should have access to printers, but have access to themselves, but they cannot cross to Abuja and Kano. How should I configure it? Using standard. See the standard. See the configuration of standard. It says access list, the ID number 1, 2, 3, 4, any number that represents standard. Either you are permitting or you are denying. These are the two commands that we use. Either you are permitting or you are denying. In all of them, either you are permitting or you are denying. So this command is actually permitting a host with this IP address. So let's do likewise over here. Now, if I want to permit only this host, which is the manager, the IP address is, you can see here, the IP address is 1.2. So I'll go to the router and I'm a configurer mode. I always do access list. Here I'm using 100. I am permitting hosts. The IP address is 192.168.1.2. One permits host. That's just that. Sorry. So if I permit host, that's just that. So if I permit host, we should know also that when you do permit, that router implicitly deny every other person. Like every other person I didn't permit, for instance, let's assume if I want to permit this person now, 1.3, I include it too. Let's assume I have to, maybe here, I want 2 persons to be permitted. For instance, I want to permit only 2 persons. this one has IP address of 1.4. So I do also permit 1.4. But we should also know that, sorry, I need to include this. Now I want to permit also 1.4. Now every other person will be denied automatically or implicitly by the router. So if I want to add 1.4 as a host, now is either I say permit host and put IP address, or you say permit the IP address of the host and the wildcard mask. I thought us what wildcard mask is, how to calculate it. But wildcard mask for host is 0.0.0.0. So if I want to permit a host, that's why I say permit host this, or I say the IP address with the wildcard mask. They mean the same thing. So in this case, I would have just said 192.168. I would have just said permit host. No, here I would have just written access list 1 permit 192.168.1.2 0.0.0.0. Just as I did here. So is that you are saying host the IP address or the IP address with the white card? They mean the same thing. So right now I'm permitting 2 hosts. Now when I finish, implicit, no matter the line of command I'm writing, I can have 100 lines of code. When I finish writing when I finish all my code, router will implicitly deny every other person. Router will deny any other person. Any means any network. Of course, when you're talking about network, you're talking about the host involved. So this is what router is going to do implicitly. That's behind my back. So you should be aware that router is going to do this whenever you are configuring your ACL, so that it will guide you that is going to deny everything. So, but normally you're supposed to be writing this thing yourself to guide yourself about the code, because sometimes you might forget that, oh, this thing still exists. I might write wrong code. So it's very important you know that router will deny every other network, every other IP address, every other host, every other network that are not included in the permit. So if you want to put it, put it. If you don't put it, router will say put it for you. That is deny access list 1, deny any. Yeah. So what was wrong before? So deny any. So it's only these 2 guys, only these 2 systems that will be permitted to have access to this router. But before router will even recognize this code I've written, you need to implement that code on an interface. It has to be implemented on an interface. Now, you can actually implement that code on this interface, that is gigabit 000, or on the serial 010, no, serial 1011, or on this serial 010. So you need to implement it on one of the interfaces, on or all, or in 2, it depends. But before you implement, there are things that you need to know about packets. Now, for packets, let me get this IP address. Okay. So be sure these things are okay. Okay. These new ones that I put, so I want to be sure that they are fine. Okay. Now, for me to implement it, I can implement it here, there, or there, as I told us before. But you need to have knowledge about how to implement it. Now, you should know that when a packet is moving from, for instance, from this PC9, when it gets to this interface, That is G, that is their gateway, G000. That interface will see the packet coming from PC9 as inbound packet or inbound communication. Inbound. When I mean inbound, I mean um, I need to write it down for you. When I mean inbound, I mean inbound as this. Inbound. So this is O. We have inbound, we have outbound. Inbound and outbound. Okay. Now, as I was saying before, when when P7, P9 sends a message, when it gets to this interface on the router, the gateway, that interface will see that communication as inbound. If it's this interface that is going out from, exiting from, that is serial 011, that interface will see that packet as outbound. When it enters this router in Abuja, it enters through this interface, serial 010. That serial, that interface will see it as inbound because it's coming in. But if the packet has entered the router and wants to exit or exiting, the interface that is exiting it will see the packet as outbound. The interface that receives it will refer it as inbound. Just you don't know that the difference between inbound and outbound is that inbound is incoming packet. Outbound is outgoing packet. I think that summarizes that. So now if, for instance, this PC7 is sending message to Meraki server, when it gets to this interface, this interface will see that communication as inbound. When it gets to this serial will see it as outbound because it has already entered this route and wants to exit. But this interface on Abuja will see it as inbound because it's coming in. Then when it enters the router and wants to exit from this G000, this G00 will see it as what? Outbound. I hope we understood this because it's very important. Do you understand
Yes.
this?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a question.
Okay.
With that access list command that has been given to this Lagos router, it means that it's only the hosts whose IPs are included in that access list that will be able to send packets from this interface to
Yes.
the outside network.
Yes. But
So when the other ones get to this interface, it will deny them.
sorry?
When any other host sends packets, the router will deny them once it gets to that interface, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
But we've not implemented it yet on an interface.
Yes, yes, I know.
So we now want to, if we want to implement it now, we have like 9 minutes. If I want to implement it, I can either implement it on this interface, serial, or on this serial, but I assume that I want to implement on this interface, which is serial 000. I'll just go to that interface G0.0.0. So how do we implement it? You just say IP access group. The ID number I use is 1. I use 1. So you just say IP access group 1. But there's a possibility that you could have other access list commands. So it depends on the one you want to implement on interface. So if I'm implementing on this interface G00, I'm going to do it as N because the only way packets from this network can come to the router is through in on this interface. So you gotta, if you say in here, it means that it is for inbound. But if you don't put anything here, it's going to be under default outbound. So either you say inbound or out like this. But if you leave it as no in or out, the default is outbound. So we've already implemented this on this interface. Let's just save our work. So now it means that this guy cannot come here. It failed. If you want to check it out, let's check it out. We are trying to simulate it. I'm playing it. You see that it went to the router. Router dropped it. See that router dropped it. So let's try other ones too. This one is permitted to go to anywhere. Let's say you could go here. So I'm playing it. When it gets to the router, because it's time to send broker. So router is giving it the MAC address of the destination. So it's sending the packet now. You see that router will allow it. It gets to the destination. So it came back. It's successful. Now you can as well test this one. We allow this one too. Let's assume this one should go here. Let's play it. You see that it's allowed to go. So it came back. It's successful. But if there's any other member in that network tries anywhere, it will never go. As soon as it gets to the router will drop it because it's not permitted. Okay, that's because I actually filtered it on this interface. Now, if I don't filter it on this interface, if I want to filter it here, that is G on serial 0/1/1. If I do it there, it has to be outbound. And if I do it on this interface alone, routing protocol might follow here and get to wherever it wants to go to. Maybe now routing protocol will not sense that here there's no way through here. It will use here to still get to the same destination. So if you, instead of that, you can do outbound here and outbound here on the two serial. But there's no point. It is better here where we did it.
It's better on that single interface.
G00, yes. The other you're doing there, or you do, of course, you should know where you should be able to apply it, but you should supposed to apply it the best method. So that's that for that. Now, if you know these people now, they don't have, this guy don't have any ACL here. It will go, if you send it, it will go to this place, but it won't come back. It will get to the destination, but when it gets to the destination, going, this router will not allow it. So we won't allow anybody here to do anything. So there's a possibility that someone here will try to print. I think someone here can print. There is a possibility that it will print, but the person will not know if it was printed or not, because the printer won't be able to send message back. So the same thing to this. So if there's a server in this network, no outsider will not be able to get information from it because it won't give them out and all of that. So that's that for standard access list. But what I filter was just host. If you want to filter network, now I can possibly filter this network, everybody here from coming. Okay, let's say I don't want everybody here from going here. Nobody from Kano should come to Abuja. So the best way to do it is to filter it here. That means people people here can come, but people here cannot come. So it's either you are filtering it on these two interfaces as inbound, like this serial. This serial as inbound, or here as outbound, but it's better we do it here as outbound. So how do you configure that? You know, initially we filtered host, but in this case we are dealing with network. Now, if I want to filter network, is access list. Let's assume I'm using 3. I'm permitting. I want to permit the network in Lagos. Lagos in Abuja is 192.168.1.0, and their wildcard mask. Wildcard mask of that network is 0.0.0.255. That is, I'm filtering a network. That's what it means. You know that this is a network address. So this is the wildcard mask of it. So I have permitted people in Lagos. Then,
Sorry, excuse me, sir.
okay.
The last one, for the Lagos network, the wildcard mask was 0.0.0.0.
That one is for hosts. It's for when
Okay.
this is IP address.
Okay.
I'm dealing with a host. So host on a default, this is their wildcard. But here we are dealing with a network. This is a network address, and this is the wildcard of that network. So I've permitted that network, but I want to deny network from Kano, which is 3.0, 0.0.0.255. Oh, sorry. I also deny it. So I'm denying network of Lagos. I'm denying. So I'm denying network from Kano. So nobody from Kano can come into Abuja. So how do I implement it? I come here. This interface is G00. I go to interface G0000 and say IP access group. I'm using 3. That is this 3 I'm using, and it's supposed to be outbound. So it's only someone here can come. Sorry. From here. Something is wrong with that configuration. From here. So let's simulate and know what is wrong. So we are playing it. So maybe we did something wrong in our configuration. Let's check our configuration. Do show wrong. Okay, we denied. What it took was it only denied Kano and denied every other. You know that the router will implicitly deny every other person.